In the blue heart of the Mediterranean, surrounded by endless waves, lies a nation that has never been large in land, numbers, or resources. Yet it's a name that has echoed across the seas for millennia: Greece. From the triremes of ancient Athens to the modern frigates of the Hellenic Navy, Greece has never simply lived by the sea. It has commanded it, surviving, thriving, and fighting through it. How does a small nation with barely 11 million people today stand as one of the most capable maritime powers in Europe, and arguably one of the most battle-ready navies in the Eastern Mediterranean? This isn't just the story of ships and sailors. It's the story of how geography, culture, and relentless will forged a naval identity so deep that it still defines Greek strategy today. Welcome to Doctrine of War, where we explore how nations think, fight, and endure. And if you find yourself drawn into the stories of strategy, survival, and the sea, make sure to subscribe and leave a like to help us keep bringing history's living doctrines to life. Because this is more than history, it's how power survives. From islands to empires, the sea is destiny. The story begins thousands of years ago, long before radar, before gunpowder, when the Aegean was both a bridge and a battlefield. To understand Greece's maritime identity, you have to understand its geography. The Greek world isn't one landmass, it's over 6,000 islands and islets, scattered across a fragmented coastline longer than the mainland of India. Every Greek city-state, from Corinth to Rhodes, was born looking at the horizon. The sea wasn't a barrier, it was the bloodstream of trade, communication, and defense. But it was Athens that turned this maritime world into an empire. In the 5th century BCE, Athens realized something revolutionary. Whoever controlled the Aegean controlled Greece. And whoever controlled Greece could shape the balance of power across the Mediterranean. So Athens built the trireme, a sleek, triple-banked-oared warship, fast and deadly. Crewed by free citizens, not slaves, it became a floating democracy, a literal embodiment of Athenian spirit and discipline. The Athenian Navy wasn't just a military tool, it was a social revolution. Poor citizens who rowed these ships gained power in the city-state, turning naval dominance into political equality. And in 480 BCE, that spirit faced its ultimate test, the Battle of Salamis. The Persian Empire had come to erase Greece from the map. Outnumbered, outgunned, and outspent, the Greek city-states turned to the sea. And under Themistocles, Athens lured the massive Persian fleet into the narrow straits of Salamis, where numbers meant nothing and seamanship meant everything. In one of history's greatest naval upsets, the Greeks destroyed Persia's armada, saving not just their independence, but the idea of Western civilization itself. That day, a truth was written into Greek history: the sea is not Greece's weakness. It is its greatest weapon, the long memory of the sea. But glory fades and empires fall. Athens' navy eventually turned on its own kin in the Peloponnesian War, and centuries later, Greece would vanish into the folds of the Roman and Byzantine worlds. Yet the maritime spirit didn't die. It simply changed form. Under the Byzantines, Greek sailors became part of one of the most advanced naval systems of the medieval era. The empire's secret weapon, Greek fire, turned the tide of countless sieges, a mysterious liquid that burned even on water, fired through bronze siphons that terrified Arab fleets. It was naval innovation born from necessity, the same necessity that still defines Greece today. But when Constantinople fell in 1453, the Greek world was shattered. The Ottoman Empire took control, and for centuries, Greek ships sailed under foreign flags. Yet even then, the Greeks never abandoned the sea. From merchant mariners to island smugglers, they kept their seamanship alive, building fortunes in trade and keeping the dream of independence burning quietly across the Aegean. And when the Greek War of Independence erupted in 1821, it wasn't fought only on land. It was fought on the sea, by small, fast vessels called brullotes or fire ships, used by Greek captains to burn Ottoman warships many times their size. In one legendary moment, the Greek admiral Konstantinos Kanaris sailed a single fire ship into the harbor of Chios, setting ablaze the Ottoman flagship, a feat that became a symbol of Greek defiance. Greece didn't just fight for freedom. It fought to reclaim its ancient maritime identity. When independence finally came, the new nation had little industry, fewer resources, and no empire. But it had sailors, thousands of them. And that, once again, became the foundation of its power. From the ancient trireme to the fire ship, from Salamis to Chios, Greece's strength wasn't in the size of its fleet, it was in its ability to turn the sea into an equalizer. That doctrine, of using geography, ingenuity, and courage to counter overwhelming odds, is what still defines the Hellenic Navy today. From World War to Cold War, Greece resurfaces at sea. The 20th century brought the most testing waters Greece had ever faced. Twice in the span of a few decades, Greek sailors had to defend not just territory, but the survival of their nation itself. During World War II, the Greek navy was small but fiercely determined. When Italy invaded in 1940, Greece's naval forces were already stretched thin, yet they executed daring operations in the Ionian and Aegean seas. Greek destroyers and submarines struck Italian convoys repeatedly, punching far above their weight. But the story doesn't end with sheer bravery. These naval actions were strategically critical. By holding supply lines, harassing enemy fleets, and protecting merchant shipping, Greece kept the Axis powers from fully dominating the eastern Mediterranean. The Greek navy may have been a fraction of Italy's or Germany's fleet, but it exploited geography, speed, and audacity, the same lessons that had guided Athens and Byzantium centuries before. After the war, Greece faced internal turmoil and a civil conflict, but the emerging Cold War cast new strategic importance on its naval position. The country was now the southeastern anchor of NATO and Europe, its islands and straits forming a front line against the Soviet Union's southern ambitions. The Greek navy underwent modernization, integrating destroyers, frigates, and fast attack craft designed to defend its islands, interdict enemy shipping, and project power in a complex maritime theater. Greece's focus wasn't on matching larger navies ship for ship, it was on controlling the critical choke points, the narrow straits and archipelagos that define the eastern Mediterranean. This philosophy reflects a consistent theme. Greece's seas are both shield and sword. Control them and the nation multiplies its power. Neglect them and it becomes vulnerable. Modern challenges, strategy in the eastern Mediterranean. Today, Greece's maritime doctrine faces new tests. The eastern Mediterranean has become a geopolitical flashpoint, with energy resources, territorial disputes, and regional rivalries placing the Greek navy under constant scrutiny. The Greek-Turkish maritime rivalry, simmering for decades, illustrates this perfectly. A small mistake in the Aegean or the eastern Mediterranean could escalate into full-scale conflict. Greece's strategy is precise: maintain readiness, exploit superior knowledge of local geography, and integrate modern technology to offset numerical disadvantages. Modern Greek naval power combines lessons of the past with contemporary tools. Its fleet includes Miko-class frigates, advanced fast-attack boats, and submarines capable of stealth operations. Greece also invests in integrated maritime surveillance, satellite tracking, and sophisticated missile systems. But technology alone isn't enough. Greece's advantage remains in its intimate knowledge of the sea, the labyrinthine islands, narrow straits, and unpredictable currents that have shaped naval warfare in the region for millennia. This knowledge allows Greece to deploy small, agile forces effectively, mirroring the tactics of triremes and fireships of the past. Beyond defense, Greece leverages its merchant marine as a strategic asset. With one of the largest shipping fleets in the world, the country can project influence economically and militarily, ensuring its naval strategy is supported by both commercial power and wartime readiness. Doctrine of the Sea, Lessons from History. The Greek approach to the sea is more than a set of tactics. It's a doctrine honed over centuries of survival. It blends geography, innovation, and human resolve into a force multiplier that turns limitations into strengths. Historically, Greeks have used their maritime environment to compensate for smaller numbers. Narrow straits at Salamis, fire ships at Chios, or coastal submarines in modern exercises. Each era demanded adaptation, yet the underlying principle remained the same. Leverage the sea and you leverage your survival. This doctrine is now codified in training, naval exercises, and strategic planning. Greece emphasizes versatility, rapid deployment, and integration with allies while maintaining the ability to operate independently in complex maritime environments. The story of Greece and the sea also offers broader lessons about how geography shapes power. A small nation, using intelligence, culture, and relentless discipline, can dominate a domain that seems, at first glance, far beyond its capacity. Greece doesn't have the largest navy in Europe, but it arguably has one of the most capable relative to its size, population, and geography. In the end, the waves of the Mediterranean are not merely a backdrop to Greek history, they are the stage on which Greek power has been tested, refined, and projected for thousands of years. And as long as the nation remains tied to its maritime roots, the sea will remain both protector and weapon, continuing the legacy of those who first rode triremes into history, and of those who sail today's frigates across the Aegean with the same strategic foresight.